the family of Kosal, Sen Khiev, who is Kosal's brother, and Po, who you will recognize from the film and is a good friend of Kosal's, is here to answer questions along with Kosal. So I'm just here to help moderate. And so please, can we have Sen and Po come up? And then for any folks who have a question, if you could come up and ask it into the mic so that Kosal can hear as well.
Sorry.
Is the mic working?
All right, can we get a hand of applause for... You're the oldest. We're going in the older to younger.
How about your question?
Okay. First of all, I just want to thank everybody and for all your love and support. You know, most of you guys don't know Kosal, but from what you see on the internet or what you hear and read, you know, on stuff like that. But it just means a lot to me that basically complete strangers would take the time and gather and invent and do all this thing that you didn't have to do to you know, to bring us all together to, you know, number one, make a voice, you know, for exiled families, exiled people, and just the community, the cause, and you guys are able to do that. That means the world to me, you know. So I want to thank all of you from our family, you know, from his brothers, from his sisters, his mom, his aunts, his uncles, and his nieces and nephews. We all want to thank you for, you know, for what you guys do. The film. You know, I was very moved by the film. First of all, I'm very proud of my brother. That's sitting and watching him on big film. I was like, whoa, that's my brother. I just, at the same time, I was very sad that I missed out on him. You know, on being his older brother. He was the youngest, and I was the second youngest, and he was 5 years younger than me. So, as a little brother, I always wanted to tag along his older brother. I'd be like, get it away, man, we're doing stuff, you know? And it was, I guess I felt a lot of guilt initially when I found out what happened and in the case and everything. My mom was crying to me. You know, I knew he was hanging with the wrong crowd. I knew that I wasn't there for him. And I was off doing my own thing, and his situation, the case and everything else, that hurt me a lot because it had me reflect on my part, you know, my responsibility and how I failed miserably to be his older brother, to look out for him, to teach him right from wrong, to hang out, to be his friend, to be there for him. And more than anything, I was just sad and disappointed in myself for being a failure as an older brother, and that stuck with me for a long time, and it still does to this day. Except now I kind of see that it's purpose for that, I guess. You know, for lack of anything else, it's purpose, and how we can all find a purpose in all of our failures and all of our problems and all of our shortcomings. There's a purpose to that. At the time we don't see it, at the time we don't realize it, but if we can look back and just create that purpose for what it is, whatever it is that we go through, and he represents that. My brother represents that, and I believe that wholeheartedly, that man, maybe I was meant to be a shitty brother. You know, what the heck? I just served my purpose. My purpose now is to be a good brother to him. You know, to not let, you know, thousands of miles keep us apart. There's no reason why, you know, we're not closer together and spending more time together, because in all honesty, I don't know him. You know, the last time I hung out with him, he was the really last time I hung out with him, he was probably like 8, you know? And I was like 13. And he was playing video games, and I was working at Burger King, and he was hanging out, and I just gave him some quarters. Go ahead and play, I gotta work. And that was really the last time I remember like hanging out with my brother. Like, that was it. So I don't know the man that you see behind you. We never sat and talked as adults, as young men, like, hey man, and then really get to know one another, like his essence. So I'm learning all this too, and I can't wait. I haven't been back to Cambodia, but I promise you this, I will be. And when we do, that's gonna be the third, fourth happiest time of my life. You know, moment of my life, because I'm really looking forward to reuniting with my younger brother and sitting down and getting to know him.
Oh, now you want to be shy, huh?
Poe is shy.
I mean, I don't really know what to say, but thank you guys for all coming out and support Kosal. You know, he's a good dude.
Even when he tries to Skype you in the middle of the night, or
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind all that. You know, you can FaceTime me or whatever.
Maybe share a story about what maybe you remember as a childhood. Or...
The park story.
how about you busting Moss's chops on the filming and locations and stuff?
Huh?
Talking about it at Flame Broiler, like all the parts look all nice and gentrified now.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, in the video, when you guys look at it, the community where we stayed at, it's a nice community. It's an upscale community.
Now.
You know, but you know, we all just happened to move in that area, but we all came from, you know, from the ghetto. You know, we all happened to move there to have a better life, but instead, you know, we just ran into each other again, and it just played out again.
What'd you name the place?
Hmm?
What'd you name the place? Ontario? No, Corona, right?
Yeah, Corona Hills. Yeah, and the time when he had to deal for 16 years, you know, that time both of us, we were looking at 6 life sentences.
There's 3 of you.
Scotty already got 11 years. He took 11 years, and one of our co-defendants, he turned state evidence to testify against us, and you know, that's what happened. And you know, 16 years going in as a kid, you know, that's your whole life. You haven't even lived that long yet, but you know, that's the best deal you can get. So you know, that's the only way I can see us coming out one day. And after he took 16 years, you know, they offered me 35 to life, and I didn't take it. And later on, they came back with 16 years, and we took it, and we both got out. The day I got released from INS, Saul found out that he was going to be deported to Cambodia. And it was like a bittersweet moment, you know. It's like I made it home, and my other brother didn't, you know. And still the same way, you know. Everywhere I go, everywhere he goes, you know, we FaceTime each other, and that way we both experience the same thing, you know. It's like right now, you know, these are the moments that I guess counts, even though, you know, he's on the other side of the world. And either or, you know, sooner or later, I'm probably gonna be over there, so, you know, we'll be good.
Folks have questions for?
Yeah, I think, well, first off, I just want to say thank you for the family to come out and share those stories. Those are stories that are, you know, close to your heart, and, you know, expressing it to the public and stranger. You know, I just want to say thank you, man. That was great stories, and just helps bring everybody closer to your family and the situation at hand. So just to continue the evening, we would like to take some questions. if we could.
So, what was the difference between Kosal and Poe, considering he was deported and you were not?
Want to repeat the question for Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the question was, why was Kosal deported and why Poe wasn't?
Well, you what? Okay. Let me do this. All right. So, when I went immigration, how things. My brother was talking about how purpose reveals itself, you know, and how you have to somehow see the purpose in things. Now, my original release date was November 21st, 2010. And I went to my 6-month annual review, and come to find out that I had 6 months that I lost that I could get back. So my counsel was like, hey, do you want your 6 months back? So instead of getting released November 21st, I ended up getting released in June, right? So in June, I get released, I go straight into immigration. You know, one of the happiest days of my life. I was like, the immigration officer was like, why are you so happy? You know you're gonna go to the detention center. And I'm like, man, you see these gates? You see these prison gates? These barbed wires, this concrete fence and all that? This would be the last time I will ever see these gates. That's why I'm so happy, man. I made it. I went through it. I'm out. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be in immigration. It's all good. Thinking, you know, I'll be out within 3 months. No problem, right? Do my 3 months, get it under review. Cool. Anyways, 3 months come and go. They retain me for another 3 months. 6 months come around. I file my habeas corpus. Then come around, they started rounding out Cambodians from all over the states to be interviewed by the Cambodian consulate in Tacoma, Washington. That was a trip to hell and back. No man's land. A man with no country. But when we came back from that trip, from that hell trip back, the next day I see Poe walk in with this Taliban beard, right? I'm talking about, this guy looked like a street terrorist. I'm like, oh. I'm like, man, oh my God. So, because all this time we missed each other.